Yes, so the moment you die, especially when you have those two symptoms, coughing, sneezing, or headache, then people are suspicious. But for now, we have to wait for the health authorities. We've not heard anything related to that sort. Johnny, I must tell you that just last week when a friend of mine went to the hospital, he's an asthmatic patient, and he had difficulty in breathing. So when he got to the hospital, it was even difficult for people to attend to him. He had to even tell them that, hey, I'm asthmatic and I need to be nebulized. Because he had difficulty in breathing, and people were suspecting that he has COVID. Right. So it's not even easy going to the health hospital and report that, oh, you have a constant headache, or you are coughing, you have a flu. This whole COVID issue has really scared people. So, but for now, like I said, people are complying. And
it does appear the stigma or the levels of stigmatization out there is quite thick then in the Ashanti region. Is that the case?
Exactly. I spoke with a couple of health officials, and even them, they do not have the virus, but the mere fact that they attend to some patients, they are being stigmatized, and this is what they've been trumpeting. We shouldn't stigmatize. Coronavirus is just like any other disease. It's just like malaria. And if someone has it, if you decide to stigmatize against the person, then it will even be difficult for more people to come and do voluntary testing. So it's just a virus, and it comes through no fault of anybody. So the health authorities have started championing this campaign that the issue of stigma should be taken out, because everybody can get it. And the virus is not a death sentence. You know, this morning I checked the Ghana Health Service website, and I realized that 83 have recovered, even though we've recorded some other cases. So this is a good news. People are not scared, but not too much, especially with the increasing number of cases. For them, they are attributing it to the enhanced testing, because the more you do the testing, the likely you will record some cases. Because we've been told that if you have a strong immune system, you may even have the virus in you, but you wouldn't feel it. So the enhanced testing is giving people more encouragement, because it's over 600. Most of them wouldn't know. They would have been mingling about going to work, going to their friends. So enhanced testing for people is a laudable initiative by the government, and they will wish that the government continue. But on the other hand, people, like I said, people are not afraid of the virus. But what people are more scared about now is an extension of the lockdown.
Why are they scared?
Because of the economic implication.
I thought there was food for the vulnerable being distributed in the Ashanti region.
Johnny, I can confirm to you that food is being distributed here, but not everybody is getting the food. And you know this issue of they bring the food to one community and people have to go and join a long queue, and the issue of social distancing, everything is being thrown to the dogs. And like I said, not all people are getting the food. Just yesterday, I did a story with a mother who has children with special needs. And she also has a couple of colleagues like her. And they told me that since the distribution of food to the poor and vulnerable started, they are yet to benefit. Because for them, they cannot leave their wards, move to the distribution center, go and join a long queue before they will get a pack of food. So they were even thinking that because the president mentioned their name, he was specific, persons with disability and children with special needs. They thought that they will be identified, the food will be brought to their various homes. So these people have been cut off completely, because like they said, they will not go and join the queue, and they are too hungry. And for how long will government continue to distribute food to people? That's where people are concerned.
I saw that story you did about the mother who had a child with cerebral palsy and another with Down syndrome. So she's one of the many people who say they are not being reached out to. But I do know that the assembly has their data because they get the 3% allocation of the Common Fund for persons living with disability. Is the assembly dealing with their issues specifically as they would have done in normal times?
Well, what the assembly, Johnny, before I come to that, last week I did a similar story with some athletes with disability.
Right.
When I went there, they were also complaining about the same thing. And unfortunately, when I got there, they only had 2 cups of rice left, and they were preparing rice porridge.
Okay.
So I asked them whether they've gone to the assembly. They said they've made several calls, but they've not heard anything from the assembly. Then after the story, the mayor called me, and he told me that I should lead him to the place. We went there, and he told me he had given food to their leadership. That's physically the federation.
Okay, the federation.
So to identify such people and give it to them. But the leadership has failed to do that. So now what he does is that whenever we also identify such people, we tell him directly and has to reach out to them because he wants to do it personally. He has realized that giving it to the leadership may not go to the people who really need it. So they want to directly involve themselves. And secondly, not everybody is registered under
the GFD, right.
And not everybody. So they are unable to identify all of them. That's why people were calling for the involvement of assembly members. Since they are within the communities, they will be able to know the vulnerable people and assist them with that intervention.
If I got the indication from you right, you're suggesting that the crowding at the food distribution centers or points has not changed, which means social distancing is not happening. Is that the case?
Exactly. Just 2 days ago, there was a similar incident at Asqua, and the military had to intervene. They were distributing food, and Johnny, I was shocked the number of people who thrown to the distribution center, and they were fighting each other. The military and the Asqua municipal chief executive had to come in, halt the distribution, ask everybody to go home. So the strategy they have to devise is just to identify the people, go to their various homes and distribute it to them. Because the moment you set up a distribution center and tell people that they should come for their food, people will definitely come there in their numbers because the person cannot wait home. He doesn't know whether the food will get to him at home.
But while that sounds ideal, Ibra, it also sounds very, very costly. For example, if the team has to drive through the whole of Abuabu trying to distribute food from house to house, that would be a tall order, wouldn't it?
Well, Johnny, this is where the involvement of the assembly members come in, because if they are able to identify the vulnerable people in their area, because it's within their electoral area, they can definitely find a way or a strategy to go to the various homes and distribute to them. Because I spoke with some of the assembly members who wanted this to happen. They wanted to be involved directly because they can easily identify such people and distribute the food.
There are concerns about politicization of the distribution of food. In Accra, the MP for Klote Kole, Honorable Dr. Zaneto Ajima-Rawlings, has been fuming about it. She says government needs to come clean on it. Are there reports as well in the Ashanti region about politicization where party people have access to the food and they determine who gets to eat and who doesn't?
For here, I've not heard such concerns, but the only group who wanted to raise such concern was the Kayaye group. They were saying they've not gotten some of the food, even though government has also mentioned their name. But all in all, the distribution, they just mount, like I said, they have a distribution center and you just come there and take your food. No one comes there and being asked where is your party card, whether you belong to party A or B. So that incident has not been recorded here in Kumasi.
If you come to Accra, for example, under the Kwame Nkrumah Circle Bridge, you would find ordinarily people sleeping under the footbridge, people sleeping under the long bridge close to the Odo River. In the Ashanti region, do you still have these people who have nowhere to sleep, residing at the joints that you would ordinarily find them?
Yeah, we have the homeless too here in Ashanti region. I've not spotted some, let's say, under the bridge. But when you go to the central business district, Edum, Roma Hill area, there are these people, they sleep in front of shops. So they always wait when the shops have closed. Then they will come and mount their tent and sleep there.
Okay.
And because of the lockdown, shops are not operating.
Right.
When you go, you always find them there. They mount their tent and they are sleeping there. So they are always outside, but there's nothing you can do. That's their home, and they feel a bit comfortable there. Sometimes you even try to relocate them, and they are adamant they don't want to move to any place. I think they are comfortable there. So until the lockdown ends, they will remain there. But when you go to at least I would say the city authorities here in Kumasi have done well. Prior to this, we were also having people sleeping under bridges and other things, but they've all been cleared. I can't tell exactly where they've been sent to, but we don't find those people under the bridge anymore. Are
the city authorities and the assemblies taking advantage of the lockdown to do clean-up exercises as we've seen in parts of Accra?
Well, a lot of, in fact, this lockdown has even helped. A lot of projects is ongoing and they are cleaning places. Always you go and the streets are very neat. And one thing I've also observed is road construction. Okay. I've seen a number of road construction being undertaken under this lockdown. And it's convenient for them because there wouldn't be so many cars for you to create that unnecessary traffic. So the cleaning of streets is being done. Road construction also is also. So I'm sure before the lockdown ends, people will come out. Those who have not moved out, they will come out and they will say, "Wow, is this the Kumasi that I've been living in?" They will see some level of progress, or I say change.
Are we getting the heavy traffic at the checkpoints as well?
Exactly, Johnny. The traffic is building up. Yesterday, for instance, we have to join a long traffic from Atonsu to Trepatre. Let's say last week, it wouldn't take you 3 minutes for you to cross that road. But yesterday, you wouldn't spend less than 30 minutes because the military has mounted their barrier there and they will not allow anybody to go. So when you get there, they will stop you, they will query you. So when you are done and they realize that you are not going to the town to do anything essential, they will return you. So you have to join the queue. I don't know why people are being returned home, but yes, so you go to town and you find vehicles in a long winding traffic. But they are adamant. They are saying they will not allow anyone to go to town if you have no essential activity to undertake.
Ibra, thank you very much. I see the car is waiting to take you out to go and do kokos. I will see you later. Be safe.